Today we're going to be doing a kettlebell balance workout. So this is a total body strength workout with a kettlebell. Depending what size kettlebell you have will determine how many reps and sets you have. If you have a specific weight and you just have no idea, feel free to contact me. I can let you know what I recommend. But ideally we want to do 10 to 15 reps of any one movement at a time. And then with breaks in between or rotating through the movements, we want to go 3 to 4 times through. So if you need help with that, feel free to reach out. I can recommend specifics for you and any modifications you may need for any of the following. In the following videos, I'm going to break down how to do the movements, and then I will show you the movement for about 5 reps afterwards. You can always pause, rewind if you need a little bit more explanation, but I'll have you guys write down any kind of key notes in between, and then you'll complete the 10 to 15 minute workout afterwards. Our first move is a double leg straight leg deadlift. We're going to be hinging at the hips. We're working the glutes, the hamstrings here. You're keeping that kettlebell tight to the body, shoulders are active, and you're just hinging at the hips to slide down from the thigh down to about mid-knee or mid-shin if you have that mobility. If you start to feel it in the back, don't go down as far. We can always modify the weights or how we're doing that if you feel that's hurting you. Our second move is going to be a farmer's carry. This one is for stability of the upper body and the forearm through the gait cycle. So we're going to keep that weight right at one side, squeezing those shoulder blades back. Core is tight. You're going to feel this in the forearm as well, just holding that weight there. But we are going to stabilize, trying not to lean to one side as you walk through that gait cycle. And although we're usually using large arms with our big movements, we're going to still focus on that large movement of the legs. We don't want to get shuffles or it's just going to get a lot harder from there. So we're going to keep those large steps in between, upright body activated. Our next move is the single leg deadlift. So now instead of worrying about balance too much here, because we are goal focused on balance, we're going to hold on to a wall if necessary, or just be close in case you get into that oh no position. So we're going to start in a lunge position. We want the legs to still be about hip distance apart. We don't want them right in line. We want to slide down that front leg. We've got the kettlebell in an opposite arm than that leg in front. You're firing through the glute of the front leg to send the body upright. You want to pick a spot about 4 feet in front of you so you can keep a nice neutral spine all the way from the head down to the tailbone. Again, we're going to do about 10 to 15 reps on each leg. We have the overhead press next. We're using a single arm because I love the way that it stabilizes through the midline as you're pressing up. If this one bothers the shoulder, Don't worry about going straight up overhead. You can go slightly forward. If our bicep is too weak for that though, we can always modify it. Just let me know. We will do a different movement for this. But this is just using that upper body, taking that lower body kinetic chain out. You can also do this from a seated position. You might want to go down in weight if you are doing it from the seated position. And we have the oblique crunch next. So the oblique crunch, we've got one hand up by the ear. We're sliding that kettlebell down the outside of the thigh. We want to keep our shoulders and our hips in line just as you slide straight down the side. You're only going to right below the knee with that kettlebell and then firing through that opposite oblique to come all the way back up. And this is going to be a great stability for that core girdle and really help with overall balance. All right, up next, you guys get to choose the sets, the reps that you're going to perform. Again, I recommend between 10 to 15 of each movement at one time, and then 3 to 4 sets. If you're doing all of those single movements in a row, say you're doing the deadlifts 15, take about a minute break before you do another 15. However, if you're rotating through each of the 6 movements, then you can go one movement, small break, next movement, small break. That will help you move through the workout a bit quicker. Again, have something near to hold on to in case you get into that oh no position, and you can always drop that kettlebell. I'd rather that not take you down and the kettlebell maybe hurts the ground. But you guys be safe. Take breaks, take water breaks when you need to, and I hope after this you're feeling a little bit more balanced.